Hi viewers, welcome to our channel Learn and Grow. Today we are going to discuss about 6S methodology, 5S plus safety. 5S is a workplace organization method which uses a list of 5 Japanese words. First S is Seiri, second is Seitan, Seiso is third S, fourth S is Seigetsu and fifth S is Shitsugi. These 5 has been translated into sort, set in order, shine, standardize and sustain. So at last the safety, the sixth S is added together, then it called it as 6S. First we are going to discuss about sort. Distinguish between necessary and unnecessary material from the workplaces. Whatever it may be. It may be a equipment, document, data, materials, whatever it may be. First, we need to distinguish necessary and unnecessary materials. Then we need to eliminate non-essential item from the workplaces. This is called sort. What are the implementation steps involved in that? First, we need to take before photos. Then we need to segregate wanted and unwanted materials in all zones. Keep only wanted material at the workplaces and allocate a red tag area and put it into unwanted materials area. So red tag is a separate area which we need to design for put collecting the unwanted materials. For example, at factory, what are the unwanted material might be in workplaces, that is scrap machines, broken tools, pallets, bins, trays, etc. Like wasted material or rejection materials, damaged items, whatever it may be, and old notices or old instructions or old SOP, whatever it may be. In office, what are all the unwanted materials might be useless papers, broken pens, useless files, old notices, broken chairs. So these are all the some of examples for at office area, and this is for factory area. First we need to sort it out. In this clip part you could see need and no need material, how we are segregating. The same way we need to segregate. In first image, in machines also we have some essential and non-essential material might be there. So those things needs to be segregated. So second we are going to discuss about set in order, that is Seitan. So first we identified necessary and unnecessary material, and unnecessary materials are kept it out from red tag area, and for then we will balance what we are going to have is necessary material. So necessary material need to be placed a place for everything, and everything in its place is called set in order. What are the implementation involved in that? If you see, first we need to identify what are the key equipments and supplies needed at present. First we need to identify it, then we need to determine the separate location for each and every item. Then we need to provide identification for all items. So even though we identified a location for each items, if you don't label it, we couldn't able to place it in a allocated area. So determine the location, then we need to provide a label for allocated area for each and every items. If we see in this picture, you could see the cutting plier, spanners and all, it's placed in the right place, and this is how we need to do set in order in our workplaces. Third is, that is shine, say so. So first and second is has completed. Third is what we need to is remove dirt and dust, inspect all equipment and eliminate source of contamination. We need to remove and we need to clean all the dirt and dust and the equipment or material, whatever it may be. We need to inspect, is there any leakages or is there any damages are available, that we need to determine to eliminate the source of contamination. If you see the implementation steps of Shine, identify points to check. What are the points needs to be checked and determine those control of acceptance. Conduct daily cleaning and inspection checklist to understand whether it is working or not working condition. So that is CLIT checklist: clean, lubricate, inspect and test. So these methodology need to be followed in Shine phase. That is third S. So you could see some of the examples I just given. So one person is cleaning the floor area and one person cleaning the machine. So this is how we need to do the Shine. Fourth S, Seigetsu. Cleaning and identification methods are consistently applied. What you see in the third S is cleaning, inspection, and identifying the source of contamination. The cleaning and identification of source of contamination has not done for a particular period of time. The total 5S methodology what we applied might be collapsed. So fourth is the standardized part is the crucial part while we are applying the 5S methodology. If you see the implementation steps which we followed in Seigetsu, first we need to establish guideline and standard. So those standard and guideline needs to be communicated in a visual manner that can be easily understood by all the people who can involve in the 5S implementations. And we need to maintain the workplace at a particular level. What we establish as standards and guidelines, based on that we need to maintain the workplace without any deviations. Some deviations might be there, those need to be identified and it needs to be resolved. So if you if you explain in a simple manner, if you can't see, you don't know. If you don't know, you can't control. So this is how first 3 years we did, but 4 years we didn't do. We couldn't able to control what we did in the past. Fifth S, Shitsugi, that is sustain. Holding the gains and improving. If you see, the sustain implementation steps are first we need to determine level of achievement in 5S. Then we need to perform routine checks and audits and analyze the gaps. If there is any gap, we need to fill it up with the corrective actions plan. We need to measure how the corrective actions has been implemented and we need to measure the progress of implemented plan. And we need to identify for a control improvement. These are all the steps involved in fifth S. That is sustain. Sixth S, safety. Safety precautions should be the most important process integrated into the day-to-day operations, especially in more hazardous environment. Steps involved to implement sixth S are: if we want to make workplace safer for workers, we need to mitigate hazards integrated with the workplaces and we need to mitigate the near misses start with their identifications. Document all the safety risk during each and every stages of 5S management. We need to improve in a good way of working conditions. Afterward, we need to set up a regular safety checks to prevent the measures to keep the hazards as low as possible in the future. In hazard mitigations also, we are having a hierarchy of called EZIP: elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, and PPU. This is how we need to mitigate the hazards and near miss cases started with their identifications. If they don't give the near misses cases, we couldn't able to take action for the same. So through safety committee meeting or safety meeting, we could able to get the details from them, or we can able to give the some inputs for our operators or workers. And some of the clips I have given as a safety. Yes, we gone through in detail about 5S plus 1 6S safety. So now we are going to discuss about what are the benefits because of 5S. improves productivity. 5S improves quality, process reliability. It improves work standardizations, work culture, day and shift start times, that is startup loss might be avoided, simplified work environment, profitability and efficiency by reducing the time wasted, looks for tools and equipments, that is searching time. Searching time can be reduced. It improves the profitability, improved safety, improved teamwork, improved self management, improve the continuous improvement at our workplaces. So these are all the benefits related to improvement trend. 5S reduces transportations, reduce cost, reduce machine downtime, lead time, waste, inventory, rejections, breakdowns, mental stress, retrieval time, that is searching time, non-value added activity, accident and incidents are reduces by implementing 5S. So these are all the benefits of 5S. Next, we are going to discuss about 6S implementation steps. Step 1. First, we need to assemble 6S lead team. Who is going to lead the 6S team? That we need to decide in a first phase. That is step 1. Step 2. We need to determine the workplace boundaries or zones. Which zone belongs to which area and who is going to control. These kind of things we need to define in step 2. So step 3 is assign work group members to their 6S area. So 5S is led by one team member and under him some subdivisions or zone leaders might be there. Under zone leader some of the work group members are there. For work group members, what are the roles and responsibility they have to do and how it needs to be implemented. Those things we need to assign for the work group members. That is the step 3. Step 4. Install the 6S communication board. So we need to communicate who is the 5S member and who is the leader of 5S and what is the achievement level of each and every boundaries, what are the before improvement and what are the after improvements, how the zones are performing. We should create a competitive between zones, so then only we could able to achieve the 5S. In if we create a zone wise competitions, automatically the 5S will be improved trend. So that is the main part of communication board. Step 5. Review or finalize plans with work group and site leadership. First level is just the beginning. Level 2 is focus on basis. Level 3 make it visual. Level 4 focus on reliability. Level 5 is continuously improve. Hope you all enjoyed today's topic. For more details, please draft a mail to this displayed mail ID. Thank you for watching our channel. Have a nice day.